Hello and welcome to Let's Play Jupiter's Knot. This is a visual novel. The reason why I decided to do this is because there was another game that was released by this company called Discharn, I think it was. And this is the free version of the other one, which I already brought, but this is meant to be the thing. Hey, have a look at this thing. It's amazing. You should go buy the other thing that costs money. So I thought, oh, I'll buy the thing that costs money and then try out the free one first. Which makes sense because it's a demo. Of course, kind of, not really. This is a visual novel. I think it might be just a little bit different from the other one, the Magical Diary one. But we'll give it a shot. F1 for in-game help. Thank you. I'm not going to be reading the dialogue. Just saying. Discharn presents... Leaves! Wonderful. Jupiter's Knot. It's very elegant. Oh, this entire... Wow. Settings? There's a settings bar? There's a text display? Okay, let's... No order forward. It's a little bit difficult to do a let's play of a visual novel. But, it's one of the few times when you can actually combine the sort of like the kind of experience that comes from reading a book with actual commentary. I don't know how it works. I've never watched a Let's Play of a visual novel. The only ones I've watched is where people read out the dialogue, and it annoys me to no end. Because I'm perfectly capable of reading the dialogue myself, thank you. No, I nearly read the dialogue! Why? You don't say. Flecks of wood. Huh. Tired soil. Oh, it's a bit sleepy. I love the visuals here. It is quite, dull as bones. Quite, yes. This is a shorter game. As opposed to Magical Diary, which was longer. Which hence the shorter, yes, quite. It is kind of awkward because I'm trying to read the dialogue at the same time I'm trying to talk. So this is a test of my male multitasking skills. Can I do two things at once? No, I can't. Or how long is forever? See, I love the distinct. It's got such a lovely style. This is actually a Western production. West. Aye, yes, quite. It is Western. Thumping in your throat. So with this character, help, damsel. It's sort of... I love the... why I'm being... I love this aspect of the game. It's not even been, like, a couple of minutes. Scavenger. Oh no! They found it! Odd? What's odd? Oh, odd. Strange, maybe, even. Oh, dear. No, you didn't imagine that. I heard it too. This is wonderful commentary. It's a boy? No, at least we can identify. A boy, a man? What is this? A bottle in his waist. It reminds me of Almost Fragile Dreams so far after the first 3 minutes impression. Oh, well, hello there. I am Mr... Oh, he stops, does he? Come on! I believe this is... I haven't actually read the description, that's why I'm a little bit vague as to... Oh, smooth jazz, kind of. Help, you waiting for tits? Ha ha ha! I love you. You are cordially invited. Maybe I will read parts of the dialogue just for the funsies of it all. Fiend? No! No, I won't read all of it. Oh, what's she going to do? Oh. Oh, you saw? Oh, it's hilarious. I love this music. Grin brightly, watching. Yeah, perfect. Jester. Why wouldn't you? For I eat your soul. That's quite a nice style to it. You're not catching me, even after the story, but it ain't stupid. It's got a little bit of it's got personality. It is strange commentating over fiends, devils, demons, all you. I know how it is. And how's what? What's what? All's foul. You try to trick people. I feel like you should have like a Shakespearean accent. What happened in the years I've been gone? Wait a minute, I should check to make sure my commentary can actually be heard over the volume of the music. I do believe it can, so let us continue. Onwards with the dots. What if the person watches from here? I'm not trying to trick you. What the heck? Oh dear. Yeah, what have you read? He's such an, you turn tail on a bloodthirsty wicked fiend. Aww. Dastardly wit. Honest and true, I'm a rook. This is quite entertaining. I feel like there should be dialogue choices. Your voice. Oh, I swoon. Whoa. Horse feathers! Oh, I love it! They just like read a book on how to string together nonsensical words. Well, horse feathers isn't. What did I had created a character the other day on Guild Wars, Mad Hand Morgan. It was a pirate assassin, which I thought was fun. I don't even make characters. Wait, I should probably read this. He's got a thing. It's muscled. Surprise, muscled. Really? How do you see through the fabric of a shirt and he's muscled? Smells like an animal in the most pleasant way. Quite good. He's quite peculiar. I want to know how he's muscled, because I didn't really get that feeling from him. Mostly because he looks about 13 or 14. He has that sort of like wit about him. She's probably about a couple thousand years old, something like that. As long as you stay put, you're here. Well, whatever. Okay, challenge person. Yeah, right, whatever. Oh, pardon. Okay. See, it is very tempting to actually read the dialogue, not out of unwillingness to commentate, but out of because I'm trying to read it, and that's the first thing that comes to my head, because this is basically stream of consciousness. It would be interesting to do. He was poor at the dirt and he didn't have a girl. And what? I should probably concentrate. Oh, I see. This is the story that he's meant. Yes. Oh, hood, cobbler, heads or tails of it. Stop and ask close man. Ooh. Float man. Okay. Well, the cobbler's the cobbler if the cobbler's the cobbler, so he makes shoes. It tells him that. Just a new This sounds like a punchline. And the cobbler looks at him weird and says, "Hey, he can get them if the guy's sick." Aha! Okay. Let's see. I apologise if this isn't being very respectful to the original writers, but as I said, I've been trying to think of how to... It's something that's fascinated me for a long time, is sort of like how to share the experience of reading a book or watching a program with someone else, because I always think that verbal storytelling is one of the most unappreciated forms of storytelling. But I mean, it has something about it that you don't quite have anywhere else. And visual novels, strangely, they do have that verbatim feel to them, even when it's just dialogue in the middle of the screen. The only thing that I would notice about this so far is that it's a little bit as I said, because I'm trying to talk and commentate at the same time, it's a little bit hard to follow because there's not much. It's not short and snappy enough. This is very extended. I can't comment on, because there's only 2 characters, where a lot of visual novels are switched. Anyway, I'm not in my right to criticize anything. Especially, as I said, it's just because it's not working as well as we're commentating. But anyway, I keep on calling about commentating as if I'm actually good at it. Oh well! Collect man said. Oh! I love her expression. See, this is one of the things that you can't do with a traditional novel, having read hundreds of them. Quite queer. Oh? It was quite bizarre. Who is the real demon? That is the question. Ah. Oh, he leaves the alley for a farm. Good on him. That's true. He needs to like a really oh no, the smooth jazz has stopped. Yes, won't mention it. So opaque. No, not really. Is he really asking? No. Or are you? So what? Okay. It is kind of a mystery though how to sort of like share that visual, that verbatim storytelling. It's sort of something that you only really get in actual theatre. But the structure of theatre is obviously very different to a novel. So it is interesting to think about, so like telling story, not around the campfire. I do love the visual style of it all though, it's quite lovely. Not that there's anything, I don't have any artistic skill or appreciation to actually... So she's just lonely. To rent him! He's a pretty annoying looking person. I feel quite enough rage. Long enough to beg. What? So she's trapped there, I guess. That's my... As I said, it's difficult to follow and talk and think at the same time. Miss? Huh. Who's a flap? Oh! Okay. Ah ha ha! Ah, that's right. I suppose the only problem with this is sort of, as I said, that kind of verbatim sharing the story kind of experience is that it's not very exploratory. There are no options to move around and do anything, it's just clicking. But that's okay because it was free. Oh dear. You know Moors? Moors? Okay, dizzy dancing jig. What's more, person? Oh, good, another story. You know, this would actually work as a play better than it would a visual novel, acting this out on stage. Because this kind of two-person theatre actually works really well. Especially when it's flowing off one another, though it would be difficult to... I hate memorising scripts. Now it's interesting. See, this kind of... it would work as a play. I feel like I'm reading a script. I think that's perhaps what, because this, the sort of like the descriptions in between are a little bit odd. It's almost like stage cues. I'd love to see this as a play, actually. It would be much more interesting. Sort of having someone act this out. I do like those little, I don't know what they're actually called, slides in between. Again, it's interesting and sort of like comparing the way that you tell a story in a movie compared with an anime, compared with a regular cartoon, like a more Adventure Time-esque, sort of like extremely episodic yet continuity, compared with a book, visual novel. What other ways are there to tell a story? Regular video game. Obviously, though, the way that you tell a story in like Metal Gear Solid is substantially different to how you tell a story in Half-Life 2, which is substantially different how they tell the story in Jupiter's Not. And they all do different things, they all work in different ways. The little the audio cues are quite interesting. It doesn't have the absurdity though of something like Magical Diary, which is why it's harder for me to figure out things to actually talk about it, as in other ones. But I do find storytelling in video games interesting, like Dear Esther, which turned off so many people, and it was too expensive, but not as expensive as Bientôt L'été, or however you pronounce it. Moors. It certainly does have the feel, though, of a short story. Has anyone actually considered... So, like, short stories are one of those things that I think go underappreciated. It's quite difficult to tell a good short story, whereas short stories are always considered like that thing you do in school for an assignment in English class, as opposed to an actual legitimate way of storytelling, whereas the only way to actually write a good story is to write a 600-page novel. You were born in waste. I think this is the only slight problem with, as I said, it has the structure of like a script, but it doesn't have the emotion and the atmosphere that comes from a stage production, the lighting, so like the resonance of the voices, so like whether it's through microphones amplified or whether it's just projecting their own voices. Because obviously, like, the experience of watching a stage play depends on where you sit. If you sit up very close, like first row, you can read the expressions on people's faces. But if you're further away, then it's sort of almost like watching people act through the mist almost, because you can't see their faces, you can't read the expressions as well. So you're relying more on the larger body movements. Whereas that's almost the only thing, is because the text is down there and the faces are up there, it's more difficult to keep track of the facial expressions, as opposed to because I'm reading the dialogue, then I have to look up to see what they're feeling, which even though it takes a split second, I do realise though that I'm not paying as much attention to the dialogue, but I'm finding this interesting enough. I don't get to talk about storytelling ever. I love the way that they tell the story in The Walking Dead. Even though it's not, people said, oh, it's just a movie, but there is that tiny little bit of interactivity, just being able to choose which dialogue choice you have. Makes it into an experience that you actually feel like you're part of, as opposed to this where you're just clicking to move the dialogue forward. Even if there were some like dialogue trees, which again I don't think we can expect. It'll be interesting to when I try the paid version of this, not this. This is completely unrelated to the other one that I'm going to try. But it'll be interesting to see whether it's just longer or whether there is more interactivity, because they had a slightly higher budget, obviously, because they're charging, I think, $4.50, which is okay from my perspective. Oh no, people are starting to talk outside. We'll get to the, Black Oil, yeah, that was, I do like that they're managing to sort of like paint the picture of the outside world, her own origins, in the context of the dialogue, but I can't shake the feeling that it would be just absolutely brilliant if it was a stage production. I believe you. You ready? Ready for what? I think we might have to cut it here and we'll come back tomorrow or something. But there's not really a break because it just keeps on going. There's no, oh, the end of day one. No. What I'm most curious about is how it's going to end. I think we're going to have to find a. You think it's Sorrowfell? I think we're going to. I'm going to stop it here for now. We'll return again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this part, and we'll be back hopefully very shortly.